Hey, welcome to Tabletop Skirmish Games. I'm Lee, and in this video we'll be unboxing the Astra Militarum Sentinel. Here we go, the Astra Militarum Sentinel. You're going to get one miniature in this box here, and a great little model, and you can build this in a number of ways. There's two variations for the Scout, and you can also build it as the Armoured Sentinel as well. So you're going to get lots of options out of this box. And in the video I'll be unboxing it, we'll have a look at the sprue, go through the instruction book, then I'll build the model and we'll have a look at it all put together and look at all the different weapon options as well, and I'll just talk through how I'm going to magnetize it so I get full use of those different weapons. Okay, let's get it open, and hopefully this video will give you a good idea about how you might want to do your Sentinels and get them magnetized as well. It's a great way to have all the different options when you're putting your lists together. I think it's really fun, and that's one of my favourite parts of Warhammer 40,000. It's all the preparation before the battle and just playing around with the different lists. So before we get open, I should show you the bag. I'm getting too excited here to get stuck into it, but you can see some different paintworks here. We've got the Armoured Sentinel, and you've got the Scout Sentinel, and then you've got all the different weapons as well. So you've got a Sentinel chainsaw that you can put on, missile launcher, heavy flamer, there's a multi-laser, plasma cannon. So there's lots going on with this little model. And then you've got all the paints here to do different types of armour as well, and all the metalwork and things like that. So that's going to be a nice little guide, nice and simple, just a few stages. But I'll be painting mine with my airbrush, so that I'm going to be learning how to do that over the next few weeks. So look out for that video coming soon. But right, let's get it open and we'll have a look at all the contents. So there's no tray in this box. It's all just going to come out loose. So there we go. Let's put that to one side. And it's great to have that box as a reference. And then we've got our sprues. We get our nice base, our transfer sheet, our vehicle transfer sheet. So that's great. And then we get our instruction book. So let's go through the instruction book. We'll have a close look at the transfers and the sprues, and then I'll get it built. So here's the instruction book, and we've got the two options on the front, the Scout Sentinel and the Armoured Sentinel. And so I went with the Scout Sentinel on the other one I built, and I'm going to do the same with this one. And so I think that's going to fit in more with my Catachan army, and I'm maybe picking up some more to go with the Acadians as well. And so yeah, you'll be able to see them all at some stage, but right now I'll build it as a Scout one. But you can see you've got the two versions. For the Scout, you can have it where it's open like that, with like no armor or anything, or windows, just that like roll bar if you like. And then you've got another option here where it's a bit more closed in and protected. And then it goes through all your different weapon options. So this is really fun. Tons of different things you can add to this. And then it's got the Scout Sentinel's data card, the full data card. So that's really good. And then it's got the different languages there for that as well. And then you go into the Armoured Sentinel section, which is a lot more chunky. There's all these different aerials and things going on. It's really closed in, completely covered up. More like the AT-AT then from Endor, from Star Wars Return of the Jedi. So yeah, it's a lot more like that. So I like it open. I like to see the character inside. So I think that's quite fun. But here we go. Here's the Armoured Sentinel data sheet as well. And then the different languages. Then on the back, it's got an even better painting scheme, so you've got all your color guides for the different paints there as well. So there we go, that's the instruction book. And here's the vehicle transfer sheet, or in this case the Imperial Guard tank transfer sheet. And so you're going to get all the different logos and insignia that you can put on there. You've got the numbers, you've got little things like this, which is cool. So if you get a kill, you can put those on. We're just going to get a marker pen, me and my boy, and every time we get a kill with one of our tanks or with one of the Scout Sentinels, we'll just draw a little line on the side. I think that would be pretty fun. So really nice transfer sheet, lots going on there. Great to number all the tanks and everything, and these skulls I think are going to feature heavily in our army. And then we've got the base, which is a 65mm base. So this will be the same size you use for your heavy weapons teams as well. We're going to get two sprues in here all together. So let's have a look at this one first, because this will be the first part you use during the build. I'll just bring it closer and focus in on that. So these are all the pieces for the legs, and then you've got the driver inside as well. You've got the different heads too, which is nice. It gives you 4 different ones. So you've got 2 that are designed for the Katachans, and then 2 more for the Cadians with the helmets. So you've got plenty of options. If you get a couple of these going on, you can have different heads in them. You can also take some heads from the different troop packs and use those heads if you wanted to give a bit more variety. And then we've got all the different pieces. So if you're going for the armoured one, you'd use some more of these. But if you're going for the scout, then you would just use this piece here. And then there's one of the guns. But some nice details on this. Really great, as you would expect now from anything from Games Workshop. And yeah, really good. Really nice features. You've got the different things like the insignia relief here. And all the little vents and things. So really nice. That's the first one. Then we've got the second one here. We got the missile launcher with the skull on it. That's really great. And I'll be magnetising these weapons in a later video, just showing you how to do it and then how you can use that so you get access to all the weapons for your Scout Sentinels. I'll be doing the same for the tanks as well. You get a hunter-killer missile in there. Again, that's going to be magnetised, so I can just take it off once I've used it during the battle. The chainsaw on this is awesome. I love that. You got more weapons and then pieces of the canopy itself. I'll just flip it over so you can see the other side. Some really nice weapons. Reminds me a lot of a Space Marines Dreadnought, but just a little bit smaller. Everything's shrunk down a little bit. So yeah, really nice and interesting. Even inside the cockpit is all little details like the different buttons and cables and things like that. So some really nice sprues there. I'll go away, get this put together, and then I'll build all the weapons, but I won't fix them on, and then we can talk about all the different options you can have, and then talk a little bit about magnetising it too. And here we go, here's my Scout Sentinel, and since I recorded the unboxing video, I built it and I painted it to this stage. So I've just done the 2 colours, and this is the first stage of the camouflage. I've still got a lot to do, highlighting and putting some shades on it as well, and also to paint the weapons. But this will give you a good idea of what it looks like when it's put together, and a potential camouflage idea. But I can show you how I magnetised it now, and you can see how all the weapons can be used. So you get loads of weapons with this kit, which makes it really fun and great to make use of them all by magnetising it. And this is the easiest model that I've found from all of the models in Astra Militarum that you can magnetise. You've got 6 different weapons that you can put on one side of the vehicle, and you can only choose one of those at a time. And then on the other side, you can put the missile launcher, and you can also put this big chainsword underneath it at the front. So you've got lots of options to use. And so let's talk about the magnets. Now I used 2mm by 1mm magnets, and this is perfect because they fit in the hole exactly. So you can see there's 2 magnets here, one for the weapon and one for the accessory that comes with it, a power pack, or for the flamer you'd have that tank. There was no drilling required, as that hole is just right for that 2mm magnet to fit into, and then you can see the other one is in the square in the top left. Then once those magnets are in place, I used those as my guide to make sure I got the magnet in the right place, the right way round on the different weapons. And all I had to do for the weapons was cut off the peg and then super glue a magnet in place. So that was really easy for those 6 different weapons. And then for the accessories, they came with like a square peg. So I snipped that off, drilled in a little bit, and then popped a magnet in. And then that will go and line up with the magnet I placed in that square recess. On the other side of the Sentinel, I glued a tiny magnet just to the side of it there on the back of the vent panel. And then I wanted to make the missile removable. So once I shoot it in the game, because you can only shoot it once, I want to take it off. So I drilled a hole in the little missile rack there, and then that'll fit on there nice and strong, and then I can take it off once I fired it. And that's all there is to it. Really easy to magnetise, and the magnets are going to come in a little box like this. I ordered mine on Amazon. Ignore the measurements here. This is just to show you the kind of box you'll get, but I'll put a link in the description below so you can go and buy the 2mm by 1mm magnets, which are the perfect size. So once it's all magnetised, it's really easy to swap the weapons back and forth. And so if you're building different lists and want to play around and see how the different weapons do against different enemies, then it's a great way to do it. So here you can see we've got it with nothing on there, and then we can pop on the little missile launcher to the front. Then we can put a little accessory pack of our choice above that in that square recess. And then we can just swap the weapons over, so you can have the lasers, the las guns, you can have all the different weapon options, and really easy just to swap, chop and change, and then put the one you like anytime. And these magnets, although they're small, are nice and strong, and especially once you've painted it as well, it makes that fit really tight in the hole. So really good to get them to stay in place. And then on the other side, I've put the missile launcher there. Again, really strong, even just a small magnet, it's got a good pull. And then underneath, we can pop that chainsaw. Now I used a bigger magnet for the chainsaw because the hole inside it was a little bit bigger. So that was really easy to do. And you can just see that magnet actually underneath there just before I put this one on. So let's pop a plasma gun on there just so you can see it. Now this one come in 2 parts, and I glued it together so that I could just put it into one place and then flip it round, and then you can put on the missile launcher as well. Pop, on it goes, really easy. And then with that larger magnet, not much bigger, it's only 3x2, this will house the chainsaw. And I'll put that link in the description below for the chainsaw magnet as well, just so you can get the right sizes for all the different parts. But basically it's just 2mm by 1mm for most of the weapons, except the chainsaw, which will be 3mm by 2mm. And look how easy it is to swap. Just take them off, pop them on. And I'm going to make a little armory so I can keep everything looking cool as well. And that'll be part of a battlefield display that I'm doing. I'll soon be posting a video about how I paint all the vehicles in my army, and it's all done in the same way, using the airbrush and using some blue tack to mask it off and to create a camo pattern. So that'll be up on the channel probably in the next week, so you might like to watch that to see how I paint the vehicles, and you can apply the methods to the Sentinels. I really like this Sentinel. It's a great fun kit to build with all these weapon options. It's really nice to have it magnetized as well, and I think I'll probably get a couple more before they bring out those rumoured new ones for the Astra Militarum. If you'd like to grab hold of one of these, I'll put some links in the description below to Element Games and Wayland Games, where you can save up to 20%. So you can get this for under £20 at the moment with Wayland Games. And so, yeah, really nice price for a great model. And you also support the channel as I get a commission from every sale made through those links. So if you do hit that link, thanks so much for that support. I really appreciate it, and it really helps me to keep making these daily videos. If you've been following along with my 6,000 point Astra Militarum build, then thanks so much. I hope you've been enjoying seeing the army progress from all those boxes to now a green looking army. It's really fun, and I can't wait to get it finished. I'm going to be doing it for another 7 weeks. So if you haven't started watching it yet, you can go right to the beginning and catch up. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I also hope it gave you some ideas about how you might like to paint and magnetize your Sentinel vehicles for your army. But thanks so much for watching. If you liked the video, please hit the like button, subscribe for more videos like this, and don't forget to hit that notification bell to join me next time on Tabletop Skirmish Games. I'd like to say a huge thank you to my Patreon supporters who make these daily videos possible, and if you're interested in joining the community, it'd be awesome to see you there, and I'll put a link for that in the description down below.